Welcome back to Snooze Doctor's channel for another video. It's been a while since I've done one. Apologize for that. I've been really busy with other things and just been hard to get to it. In my last video, first off, I'd like to thank all the subscribers to my channel, the long-termers and the new subscribers. I welcome you to the channel. I really appreciate all the positive comments. They're overwhelmingly positive. So that really warms my heart, and really I thank you so much for that and the growth of the channel. In my last video I mentioned that I had another horse coming to the barn, so to speak. I had another guitar on the way, and I alluded to the fact that I'd be doing a video of that. And so the guitar that came is this Orangewood Mason Live guitar. The body shape is what's called a grand auditorium. Obviously it has a cutaway here. It has a solid spruce top. These are laminate sides and back, although beautiful. And this guitar delivered to my door. I used a 10% discount code, which you can find all over YouTube. This guitar delivered to my door was $355, which is amazing to me. If you look at the craftsmanship of this guitar, it's just first rate. I mean, the aesthetics of it, it's quite beautiful. But there are lots of reviews of Orangewood guitars on YouTube, and so I thought I would do something different, and we would check under the hood of this instrument and go the full way in giving it an evaluation and the quality of the build. So you've seen a little example of what it sounds like, and I can't fault the sound at all. It's a little bit bright, which is probably coming from the laminate sides and back compared to some of my other guitars, but it's not unpleasant at all. It comes set up supposedly from LA, where they're inspected and set up by professionals. You can see that the nut height here on the instrument's a bit high, and that's something that kind of drives me crazy when I get guitars all the time, because almost always the nut height is too high. It doesn't need to be that high, as long as you're not a real aggressive player, where you might need more room clearance. But if you look at the like the E string and the distance off the first, second, third frets. If that's a long way, if that's a great distance, then chances are the nut might be too high. That makes playing up near the nut really difficult because you don't have the mechanical advantage of being down here where you can press the string very easily. You're so close to the nut here that it's very difficult to push down the string at the nut up here. So one of the first things I would recommend on a guitar is looking at that and seeing if maybe the nut can be filed down a bit to lower the string there. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this guitar over to Mass Street Music in Lawrence, Kansas, where Jim Baggett, my great friend that owns the store, and his wonderful guitar technicians. We're going to take a look at the guitar, and we're going to put this guitar on the PLEK machine, P-L-E-K, the PLEK machine. The PLEK machine, if you're not familiar, was created in Germany and manufactured there. And it's just a really amazing instrument. It's like a phone booth that you put your guitar in, and then a little robot arm comes out, does precise measurements on the neck, gives you a graphic display of the contours and string heights, fret height, the fret heights, and the contour of the neck. And then it's actually able to grind the frets very precisely. So we're going to take it over there and we're going to put it on the machine, see what it looks like, and see if we need to do some adjustments. The one thing I did notice is you'll hear right here in this little clip here that there was quite a buzz at the third fret on the low E string. Listen to the bass string on the G note. Buzzing quite a bit, isn't it? That's problematic. And we're going to see if maybe we can do something about that buzz on that string as well. So here we go. Come with me and we'll head over to Lawrence, Kansas, about an hour's drive from the house here. So here we go. I'm excited for this trip over to Mass Street Music in Lawrence. So we'll put the Orangewood in here. It's a beautiful day for a drive in the great Midwest. And here's my friend Jim Baggett at the store, Mass Street Music in Lawrence, Kansas. In one of the guitar rooms, lots of Collings and Martins. Some of the guitars that he's getting ready to do repairs on. Alright, so the PLEK machine. So this will give us a contour on the computer, right?
Give you a contour.
The first step is getting the guitar securely into the PLEK machine. The probe will then move out, find the nut and find the saddle, and then it will move across the fretboard and find each individual string at both the first fret and down at the saddle. Once it's located each string, it will move to the side at the first fret, and you can see that it's moving across and finding the edge of the neck as it slides off the fret. The probe will then move down to the 12th fret and do the same, find the side of the guitar. Here you can see it slipping off the side. Once it's located the individual strings and the sides of the neck, it will just run down the fretboard. It will measure the contour of the wood, the height of the wood all the way down the neck. And as it moves over each fret, it will also measure the fret height at each string. So it moves across the neck as it goes up and down, right beside each string to get the contour of the full neck. And now you can see the results. The dark gray solid area is the actual neck contour. The blue line is our ideal neck contour. That's what we would like to see the wood doing. Moving up, the orange line is the actual fret height that the machine has measured. And the green line above that would be the ideal fret height that we'd like to see.
Probably went a little too far.
The green line once again is ideal, right?
Ideal.
And then the orange is what we're seeing.
Yeah. Or no, yeah, exactly. Green is ideal, and orange is what the fret top is.
What the fret top is.
Yeah, you've got it.
Okay.
And that might actually be a good place to stop.
Okay.
There are some inconsistencies I can see.
Here we're looking at the contours at the low E string, and you can see that the wood bulges up, and this causes the frets to be too high at this location.
There's a bit of a hump near the body joint, and then a dip, and then a rise.
So to the right is the tongue.
Yeah, these are the higher frets, 18, 19, 20 there. The gray, the black line you see here, is what the wood is actually doing there.
Okay.
So this is what it ideally should be doing, and this is what it
is doing.
And same thing up here.
Okay, same thing there.
Yeah, and once again, it matches pretty well.
So here we can see the fret bulge above the ideal height and how many thousandths of an inch it's off. We can see that for each string. So that was the low E string. As we move up to the A string, we can still see that the frets are too high. And we can move on up the neck and look at each individual string. And as we look at the D string, as we come up to the D string, we can see that the bulge is getting less and less. I didn't continue up to the high E string because this fret height got more lower as we went up, and it was closer to ideal. When we have everything measured, then we can see how much we need to take off each fret.
Okay, so I think that looks like the best thing we can do here. And you still have, these three notes here are a little bit lower than the surrounding
Up high on the neck at the E string, there's quite a dip.
areas. But that is the 15th, 16th, and
That's way up
17th fret on the low E string. So I don't know if you're going to be playing up there, we can go all the way and take a look at the torque.
Not on the E string.
Okay, and that probably isn't going to be an issue then. Over his shoulder for the first pass. Just visually eyeball and make sure everything is going the way it should.
Once we've determined how much we have to take off each fret, we take off the strings and the grinding wheel will come out and make passes on each fret to grind it down to the ideal height. Once the grinding's done, then we polish up the frets. When the grinding and polishing is completed, we put the strings back on, tune them up to pitch, and then rescan the neck, and we can see now that the green line matches the fret height perfectly despite the imperfections in the wood. All right, now there we go. There's the PLEK machine, and that's just fascinating to me, and I hope you found that informative and as entertaining as I do watching it work. It's just amazing. So the overall impressions, I've only had one other guitar set up on the PLEK machine, and the neck contour on it was a little truer than the Orangewood here, and so I can't really say how it compares to other new guitars, but I think overall the fret height on the treble side was very, very good actually. We had some problems with that hump on the bass strings, which we corrected with the PLEK machine. So overall, I have to give this guitar an A rating. It's really amazing value for the dollar. I would definitely recommend it for somebody looking for their first guitar. You don't want to get a guitar that's difficult to play because it's just going to be no fun. Your fingers are going to hurt, and you're going to give up if it's difficult to play. So I think the Orangewoods are set up to the point that they're very easy to play, they sound good, and I'm not sure how you beat the value of the guitar, really. It's amazing. So there we go. I'll have more toll tutorials coming up. Like I said, I've been very busy, and I'll probably be busy through the first of the year. But at the beginning of next year, look for many more toll tutorials. And so wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying a cold one as I am. So cheers. See you next time.